I don't want it to mess up any of my... Nothing really happens in the middle of the screen. Right there is fine. There we go. Okay. Hello, Voyager. Welcome to the stream. If you are new here, hey, hi, how are you? If you've been here before, then welcome. My name is Kaylin. I am the Abstract Voyager, and The Witcher Wild Hunt 3 is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, RPGs of all time. And I am, for the first time ever, playing through the DLC Blood and Wine. So thank you for joining me on this day. I usually let the intro play. Ruby, what's up? I hope there's no technical difficulties. I kicked my whole family out. Like, my whole family's outside. And I'm hoping that we don't have any technical difficulties. If we do, then we're just going to run with it like we did last time. But thank you so much for being here. You know me. I'm going to let the intro play through to get everybody into the grub and the feel of what we're playing. And then we're going to get started. Plus, it gives people time to get here late. So, without further ado, let's let this intro play through.
I see you gather before me. Hungry, terrified, clutching your babes to your breast. Emperor Emir has marched his legions into our lands, laid siege to every fortress from here to the Blue Mountains. Rabid and ravenous, he bites and bites away. Men of the North, you stand at the precipice. Your kings have failed you, so now you turn to the gods. And yet you do not plead. You do not kneel to dust your heads with ash. Instead you wail, why have the gods forsaken us? We must look into the trials we failed long ago. In a time past, our world intertwined with another through an upheaval scholars call the conjunction of the spheres. The gods allowed unholy forces to slip into our domain. The offspring of that cataclysm was the nefarious force called magic.
What we wouldn't give for some magic.
Yet we did not banish it, instead studying the vile arcane for our own power and wealth. And the monsters at our door, the unholy relics of this conjunction. The trolls, the corpse eaters, the werewolves. Did we raise our swords against
Werewolves!
them? Or have we laid this burden on others? On so-called witches.
That's me.
Stray children taught the ways of foul sorcery, their bodies mutated through
That's you, Carol.
blasphemous
That's you.
ritual. Sent to fight monsters, though they could not distinguish good from evil. The flicker of
I would have wanted to be a sorceress
long extinguished
like Yennefer.
within them.
She was just ultimate power.
Yes,
Wanted to have
numbers
ultimate
have
power.
dwindled through
Learned
the years.
almost everything.
but a few still roam our
Not as
lands.
powerful as Vilgefortz, but he used a lot of his power for evil. But
To this day,
she's,
they
I'll
shape
tell
us
you,
with
she's
their very
known to do,
existence. The North
I'll tell you when he's done
bleeds.
talking. I got you.
Flogged by war. The battles are the gods' whip, chastisement for our sins. And let us not forget the terrors, the scourges from beyond our world. The wild hunt rides the sky with every full moon.
Beat y'all asses
The
already.
raiders abduct our children into lands unknown. Some say they herald a second conjunction.
That would be
We
something.
chart a course back into the light. Will we find the strength to banish the mages from our kingdoms? Unite around the warmth of the eternal fire. Nigh is the time of the sword and axe. None will fight this war in our stead. Nigh is the time of madness and disdain.
You know, honestly, it just sounds like he's really upset. You know what I mean? But yes, to answer your question, Ruby, I would have wanted to be like Yennefer. In the books, if I'm not mistaken, she gets captured by some soldiers during the war, and they have her tied up, and she's able to flick her ankle, and she turns almost, I don't know how many soldiers into frogs. It's hilarious. But just the ability to manipulate matter. Geralt's powers are pretty top notch, especially now that I know how to like enhance his mutagens. He can you know, superhuman ability, super strength, but I don't know, I think I would have been safer as a sorceress. I like baths, like to wash. Witches don't always get that luxury. I'm not saying Geralt's dirty or nothing, but you know, he spends days, weeks, sometimes months out without, you know how guys be. I have a job to do. That's me. What would you do? What magical element would you want? Here we go.
Time is no cock. It keeps going.
Hello, Miss Strumpet. How you doing? Just keep all that energy to yourself. I am a taken man. Or at least I play Geralt like a taken man. Alright, I try to keep it on my phone too, so I know we're all set.
Oh, possible punishments have visited us.
Okay, perfect. Alright, Ruby, we are going to hope and pray that we don't have any disconnections or any issues today. If I had magic, I like to affect people in cellular equal parts heal and harm. I like that. I like the fact that you put heal first. Shout out to the healing first. Alright, I'm not sure what that's called. I know it has a name. I think it's some type of molecular power.
But a few drops of wine.
It's down. Alright, we're gonna go down. So we are continuing the story. I know it's been a minute since I did the story because last week when I streamed, I mostly just did side quests because I really had to give Geralt some type of like upgrades and stuff. So if you want to update on what's going on, we met Detlef, right? And he kicked our asses, okay? And so now we're heading over to the we're going to meet Regis. Regis is his home skillet. Now, there are parts of the story that I skipped, but I will repost those on my social media, so this way you'll get a full idea. But Regis is Detlef's best friend, and Regis was about to die, but Detlef basically gave him some of his blood so he would survive. And if you're any type of familiar with vampire lore, specifically with the Wild Hunt, him doing that made them deeper than brothers. Their relationship goes beyond, I'd fight with you, I would go anywhere for you. It's more of like we are soul bonded. So Geralt basically has been charged to kill Detlef, and Regis is saying he's not the monster that you think he is. I promise you he's okay. Let's, figure that out. So that's what's happening now. Now I have no idea what's happening after that, but that's the catch up from what we missed from 2 weeks ago. And without further ado, here we go. I can't get over how beautiful this world is. If I lived in Toussaint, I know for a fact I would have such beautiful legs because the hills, there's so many hills, there's so many vineyards. Oh, talk about toned. I'd be toned for real. All right, here we go. Taking a little bit of a scenic route, are we? And if you ever want to know why I stay on foot, it's 100% because of the fact that I can't drive Roach. And I hate moving poor baby into trees and bushes all the time. But I'll make sure to take her out every once in a while. I like to think she stays in happy horse limbo. We're almost there. Aw, crud.
Regis. Couldn't have picked some other place to meet.
Exactly. Right? I agree. I agree with you and I agree with Geralt. Why are we here? Oh, you gotta be... I don't know what this is. I don't know what you do. What is... Oh, that's a ghoul. Okay, I know what a ghoul is. I know what you need in your life. You just need someone to beat your ass. Come on now. Pop, pop, pop. Woo! Because I got upgraded. You wasn't ready for me. You wasn't ready for me. I told you. I told y'all. When I came back, y'all wasn't going to know what to do with me. Of course, we just had to meet Regis in the cemetery. And I have to fight. A flower with exploding petals. For the record, none of this combat is in the first game. This is a DLC, and this is the second one that CD Projekt Red released, in fact. So the fact that I'm even having to fight these things is all new to me. Son of a bitch. And I should probably do research on, like, how the stream decided to give me all your comments at once. It's probably I'm pretty sure it's a bomb somewhere that I could use. Yo, what is this? Ruby, what is this? Am I really about to lose to a plant? Stop eating. Stop it. Stop it. You're so close to being over. It's so close to being over. Keep moving, Geralt. Keep moving. Dodge. I'm sorry if you're getting visually seasick. We're almost done. He's got like a pinch of health left. Wait, can I just set you on fire? Ow. Geralt, we are not losing. I always hate when Geralt talks trash. I'm like, yeah, you could talk shit. Whew. We made it. Barely. What the fuck? We're not done. Alright, you're gonna have to wait. I need to heal up. Vitality. You see how I said to heal me and it's not healing me? Hello, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for being here. I'm currently getting my ass whooped by a flower. All this because I decided to need a vampire. Yeah, I'm about to get messed up. It's even, okay, that's a new feature. It's even in Geralt's hair. That's cool. Oh, but I forgot. I have the feature that when I'm about to lose health, I gain it. Ah ha 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 ha. Nope. Alright, come on.
What now, you piece of filth?
Geralt, what did I tell you about talking trash? Stop it. Stop it. First of all. Ow! No, you wouldn't be so mad if you were a pretty flower. Can't you tulip? Pour some salt. Right? You see this? Oh. Yeah, give me all that. You rude ass. Damn. Ain't never wanted to have to fight a plant like that a day in my life. I deserve that loot. Alright, Regis, you better have something good for me, dude. Here we go. Into the cemetery.
Regis!
Damn it. Locked. No way I got the place wrong. This is it. Gotta be another way in around here.
Mm-hmm. Alright, here we go. Yeah, I know we can ignite that, but we don't want to ignite it. We want to find entry with my detective witcher senses. A gnome walker? Of what are you? Ain't never seen you. Don't want to know what you do. Ain't interested. Don't want what you selling. Excuse me. Excuse me. Bro, you can't tell me this don't look like some hungry little crab walkers. What y'all doing down here? Excuse me. The people did not sign up to watch me get beat. They signed up to watch me tell a story. And you are interrupting that story. Alright. I'll take y'all over the flowers any day. The more I play this game, the...
Eggs. incinerate these to ash.
Kikimoras! Ah ha! Alright, hold on 1 second. We gotta set these little puppers on fire. Hold on, excuse me.
That's some stench.
Ain't it though? I can smell it from here. Alright. Ah! Okay, no, I low-key really did get scared just now. I was not fucking around with y'all. I really got scared. You were that. Oh, Geralt, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We about to. I don't think it's gonna happen twice for us, my guy. I don't know what this does. CD Projekt Red was on something when they made these creatures. Yep, Geralt, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't like killing them on stream, y'all. But you get to see. When I say that I am a casual gamer, this is what I'm talking about. Okay? Anybody else would have been like, no problem. Pow, pow, pow. Me? No. Oh, we gotta start over. Yo, can I do it at the same time? Nope. Back up. Alright, so why not run from the fight when your health gets low? See, you would think that would be smart, but here's what I've learned so far about the game. If I go too far, right, one, they'll follow me. I don't like running away when I'm in new spaces that I don't know where I'm at. And also sometimes it will trigger other monsters to come and follow me. So you are 100% correct, but I just low-key don't have really good spatial awareness. I also, I don't do well with like climb. Also, when he's in combat, it's hard to get him to climb. So you see this area right here, like I can do that now because I'm not engaged in anything. But once I destroy these eggs, I can't go up this way, right? Because going up here, I have to climb that. He'll slide. So in combat, that's not going to happen. And then also on this rock, I can't do it either during combat. So that's it. So what I'm going to do is like a smart person, I'm going to get my health bar back up. And then we're going to go into it. But like, I don't know if you saw it when I was fighting the flowers, but excuse me, they're not flowers. Those were angry ass snakes with petals. But I have a feature when Geralt's health gets all the way down to the end, it'll reboost him and take him back up to full health, but I can only do it like one time during combat. And so I think because I just used it, it wasn't going to do it again. So like a smart person, we're going to take this right here. And we're going to let that fill all the way up. And in the meantime, see what we can do with his... See, that's better. That's trash. That's trash. That ain't going to do nothing. I can put on some more protective armor. Yeah, let's just change his clothes. I know he looked tacky. Don't come from my guy, okay? But I gotta give him some more protective gear if he's gonna survive this. Alright, we're just gonna do that for now. He don't look the best, but he'll be in much better shape. That's the plan. But I don't mind backseat gamers. So if you have any suggestions or an idea, put it in the chat. You won't hurt my feelings. Now, if you come at it, you're not like this, Ruby, but if anybody else was being rude or mean, I'd be like, well, you're more than welcome to take the controller. That's what I thought. But, I don't claim to be a great gamer. I just say I love games. Plus, I know that you game too. Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%. He looks like who did it and why. He looks like he didn't pay attention to his fashion sense. He looks like, where are you going in this Halloween costume? But it's going to keep him alive. So we're waiting for the vitality to finish charging up all the stuff. And in the meantime, I do have some runes that I could use. Sorry, rune stones. Actually, no, let me fix that and... Okay. Alright, we're almost there. If I start doing too much, he'll mess up. But thank you so much for always chatting with me. I appreciate it. Never want to feel like this is a one-way conversation. Last stream, my family was here and they were talking shit to the animals for me. Me too. That's why he stayed in the Hindersval outfit for the longest time. He's a level... What level is Geralt? He's a level 40. And the Hindersval stuff... Look at that. It's a level 19. If you look all the way at the bottom, underneath Relic, it's a level 19. But does he look good? Yes, he does. And did I survive for the most part? Yes, I did. So, because look at him now. Come on now. I know for him it's not a fashion show, but I mean, for me, I want to like the way you look while I'm helping you defeat people. All right, let's get rid of the eggs. I know it's not full health, but I don't want to keep y'all waiting. Plus,
More eggs. Incinerate these to ash.
All right, here's what we're going to do.
That's some stench.
Yeah, I know. All right, we're going to do the distant one first so we can get distance when it pops out. All right, here we go. Oh, crud. All right, back up. Bam. Good look, though. But see, unfortunately, I don't have any, like, long-range attacks, and the crossbow don't do nothing. Can I ignore you? Yo, let's see if we can ignore him, though. Let's see what happens if we ignore him. Okay, this is Ard. I know that. Hold on, excuse me. Alright, you stay right where you are, Mr. Warrior. Story time! Ruby, good look. Thank you very much.
Agreed to meet a vampire at a cemetery. How much more cliché can you get?
Nothing comes readily to mind.
Could have left the door unlatched.
What of my privacy? I value it rather deeply. Unmolested, especially by unwanted guests, that's my preferred state. Besides, I knew you'd find a way to get in.
True enough. Need to find your friend. I'm hoping you'll agree to help.
I shall do whatever's in my power. Yet what you want or even need must matter little. What matters is what Dettlaff wants. If he does not wish to be found, you will not find him. Ever. End of story.
Come on. Gotta be some way.
Vampires can evade detection by the senses, and no divination magic works on us. Even the most precise megascope would be useless.
And this? Could this help?
Wherever did you get that?
Off one of the beast's victims, found by a bend in the river. Body was chopped in pieces. 3 of those pieces were hands. Hand with the ring seemed the odd one out. Abruxa had taken an interest in it.
Regis, you good, my guy?
It's Dettlaff's hand, without a doubt. It will do splendidly.
The hand. What do you plan to do with it?
You've heard of Kovinaris' theory of tissue memory retention.
Rings a distant bell. Read about it in Alchemia Oblitera. There's a copy at Kaer Morhen, tattered, nearly disintegrated. But if memory serves, Kovinaris never managed to prove it worked.
He did prove it, just never managed to publish his findings. He and I corresponded, you see, after we became friends. Thus, I know he completed his research and performed the first tests. It's complicated, so without delving into details, it is possible to use any piece of tissue to reconstruct what a whole body experienced.
How's it work? We need any special equipment?
We must brew a decoction which Kovinaris gave a rather poetic name, resonance. Once imbibed, it sends one into a trance similar to that induced by narcotics. This triggers visions of events linked to strong emotions experienced by the tissue's owner. Picture it as dreaming a fragment of someone's life.
Any chance we might see what Dettlaff was doing just before he lost his hand?
Indeed. Though I also hope resonance will reveal the location of Dettlaff's hideout.
Okay. All right, we're getting somewhere.
Ring's pretty intriguing. Made of no metal I've ever seen. And the ornamentation.
It comes from our home, where we lived before the conjunction of spheres. It's actually mine. I received it from a dear old friend. You might call him a humanist. He saw us vampires as guests here, guests who owe their hosts, meaning you humans and the elder races, respect.
Respect? Meaning not to treat us like cattle to be slaughtered for food?
Precisely. And the reason why I, in turn, gave it to Dettlaff. To remind him of the ideals my old friend championed.
Okay. No, it's not like that, I promise. I do remember from the cutscene movie what he's referring to and what's going to happen, but I promise you, this is not a trip that he enjoys going on either.
Can't you just summon Dettlaff? You're both hired vampires. There's got to be a way.
If I'm to be entirely candid, there is indeed one. But believe me, we will be better off never availing ourselves of it. It is a last resort. Absolutely.
Last resort? The hell? Why?
There is a being who can summon Dettlaff. Possesses the authority, even the power, to force him to appear in a given place. But the very act of contacting this being, well, it's akin to walking a slack line extended over a chasm filled with molten lava. An exercise as perilous to me as it would be to you. A risk I'm unwilling to take. I beg you, let's do it my way. It will be both quicker and easier.
Done. Say less.
Covenarius spent half his life proving his theory. Wild guess. Making a dose of resonance won't be easy.
You guessed correctly. In addition to Dettlaff's tissue, we shall need a powerful occipital lobe stimulant. Effectively a poison, to make one susceptible to visions.
Well, got a few ingredients to choose from. Unfortunately, all are pretty rare. There's Mamoon glands. The closest ones I know of are in Vizima. A spotted white saliva would also serve, but they were cold to extinction over a century ago. Could go with a kobold's eyes, but the creatures are sentient. Rather not gouge one's eyes out.
Given that we lack the time to sleuth this out ourselves, permit me to summon some help.
Okay, what you doing, Regis? That hand gotta stop twitching. Stop twitching! Thank you.
What was that?
A raven? Rather a common sight at this latitude. Very intelligent fowl. I asked him to look for the creatures you mentioned. Him and his brethren. Perhaps they'll find one in the area, and I would hazard that a flock of ravens will spy any said creature faster than a solitary witcher would. With all due respect to your skills, my friend.
Just
It
because
will take them some time, nonetheless. So
your heart is
perhaps
in the
you
right
care
place.
for a snifter of mandrake.
And it will take some time nonetheless, so perhaps we care for a sinister. Alright. I usually always have Geralt opt for no drinking. Usually. But he and Regis are buddies, so. Alright, let's do it.
Rarely say no to a snifter.
Sadly, this is but a weak infusion rather than a proper distillate.
Even better. I remember your mandrake hooch. Made people say things they'd have rather kept to themselves.
Now, what could Geralt of Rivia prefer to keep to himself?
Seems you chose to misunderstand. I don't want to talk. This is set up, trying to get me to confess something. Got a lot of secrets. We'll go with got a lot of secrets.
Everyone's got some secret.
I agree wholeheartedly. I also believe it wise at times to share one's secrets, unburden oneself to those one can trust.
This your sophisticated way of asking me if I trust you?
I prefer almost always to ask you directly.
Right?
It seems a test of intelligence, one you just passed.
Maybe you should go first. Reveal one of your secrets. After all, you vampires lead very interesting lives.
Anything in particular interest you?
Alright, Ruby. And whoever else is in the chat, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Please pick, just so you are aware, the gold colored options are the ones that will determine like further along in the story, if that makes sense. So those are going to progress the story forward, and you may lose options in your dark or like that faded yellow category. So these two will progress the quest, and we might lose options for these later. Normally, I like to go for the faded ones first and then go up to the gold ones, because I know those are going to send the story forward and I lose these options later. So which one do you all want to know about? We're asking Regis, a very old, wise, and kind-spirited vampire. So pick which one you are interested in hearing about first. I leave the choice to you. Okay, faded ones first and then the yellow option. Not a problem. Do you have a particular order, or we can just go from top to bottom? Done. Here we go.
Curious what you did after you were reborn.
As I'm sure you can surmise, at first I was thoroughly absorbed with recovering. As it is, I've still not recovered completely. Yet I was so weak the first year that I could not stand or move on my own. Detlef bore my weakness bravely, showed great patience. If not for him, I wouldn't be here, and I'd have regenerated far slower. Once I could at last stand unassisted, I set off for Bruges, for my one-time home of Dillingen. There I led the peaceful life of a rural healer and surgeon, enjoying my neighbours' respect and, in fact, constituting the exact opposite of the monstrous vampire the populace imagines.
Bruges, you say? Rebirth make you sentimental?
Perhaps a dash. But what of you? Where have you been? Ever find your Cirilla?
Back then, yeah. But we parted again soon after. And when the time was ripe, she came back, defeated the Wild Hunt together.
Yeah, we did.
Seemed I certainly missed quite a bit while I was absent.
True enough. But it's a conversation we'll have another time. Need to know more about you now. Gotta ask you the big question. One everyone wonders about.
Yeah, they
What happens
besties.
after death?
You wish me to tell you if the human belief in the gods is well-founded? Well, that I do not know. We vampires differ exceedingly from you humans. Our matter, that of which we are composed, can exist without form. We require neither a heart, nor a brain, nor air to breathe.
But
Welcome
were
to the
you
stream.
dead?
As humans understand death, yes.
Feel anything? Understand anything?
It's rather hard to explain. I felt something very unsettling. Something I cannot even name, for I did no reasoning. Only after rebirth did I begin to understand that what I had felt was cold and unimaginable fear. If not for Detlef, I might have drowned in an eternity of icy terror.
Can't have been alive then. Sheesh. Experience like that must be vicious.
Indeed, it's hard to compare to anything I know. Yet you are aware we don't see death as you do. The way you cling to life, we find it entirely peculiar. You are mortals, ergo it's a foregone conclusion. You will die. It's but a question of time. Thus, I often find myself wondering why you try so very hard. To die at 20 years, 40, even 100, what's the difference? They're all but the blink of an eye.
Depends on your point of view. Man who's got 1,000,000 crowns to spend can't possibly understand one who's only got 20.
Very true. One's outlook can indeed change much.
You can't tell me that the conversations that they have in this game don't compel you to be like, why don't more people play video games? These are 100% the kind of questions that I would ask a vampire if I got a chance to meet them. The level of in-depth conversation, the intuitiveness, the spacing, and also these are just two very, very chill, unbothered type guys. It's so dynamic to see that correlation. It just makes me so excited. Nerd ran over.
New body. That give you a new start? Blank slate?
Starting all anew is a very broad concept. What exactly do you mean?
Your blood addiction, say. Wondering if your body's the same, if it still remembers. Maybe if you drank now, you wouldn't get hooked.
All addictions are a form of slavery. Re-addiction's not a risk I'm willing to take, just to test a hypothesis about corporeal regeneration and whether propensities carry over.
Fair enough. Curiosity, that's all. Sorry.
Not to worry, Geralt. Curiosity is a natural reaction under the circumstances, apart from which I've always valued that trait in you.
Alright, last great one.
It fascinated me the way vampires can regenerate. A hand growing back is one thing, but Detloff recreating you out of a wet smear? Something else entirely.
A difficult and laborious process, but one that's possible, as my presence proves. But I've heard you too had quite the adventure. They say you lost your memory.
For a bit, but Triss helped me get it back. Actually, pretty damn lucky I only had amnesia.
Yes, you humans are rather buggered in those terms. To strip you of life is, well, it's just plain easy. I've always pitied you in that regard. We vampires are much harder nuts to crack. If a member of another race kills one of us, we can be reborn with the living higher vampire's help. However, if one of our own strikes the deadly blow, death is permanent. There can be no rebirth. One of the chief reasons why vampires long ago swore never to fight one another.
That's amazing. Alright, we're almost done.
Alright, give you one question. What do you want to know?
One question to ask one as fascinating as you, Geralt. Cruel parsimony, I'd say, but I shall do my best to make it count. If you were to die and be reborn as I was, in your new life, would you choose to be a Witcher?
Alright, so if you're staying true to the lore, Geralt always said that he wanted to be a farmer. But at the same time, he understands that his role is to be that of a professional, not a hero. And there's a necessity in it. And I don't know if him being a farmer would have allowed him to cross paths with Cirilla. And I know that Cirilla is one of the most important people in his life next to Yennefer. I 100% think women should be able to regenerate. They can grow a human in their stomach, organs and all, but not a finger or a kidney. That's always been sus. Well, you know, that's the benefit of living in a fantasy world. You can choose whatever character you want to be, and whatever gets chopped off, you can just regrow it. So, you know what you need to do? You write a story where people can do that, and you would win. And I'm pretty sure you have a lot of people that agree with you on that point. But I think I'm going to choose, I'd be a Witcher for this one. Because I'm thinking about everything that he's been through, and while, yes, I know that lore accurate, he'd rather be a farmer. I'm curious to see what he says if I say, I'd be a Witcher. So we're going to pick that one.
See, Regis. Doubt I'd know how to be anything else.
Ever tried?
Seer determined to get an answer, to find out if I like being a Witcher. Just refuse to ask directly, as always. I like being on the path. I like picking up a lead, a trail. I like the tension right before a fight. And nothing gets my adrenaline flowing like battling a beast. Even gotten used to people treating me like a freak, an outcast. Yeah, not something I think about much, but I like being a Witcher.
Thank you for being honest. Honesty is an attribute of the truly brave, and thus a privilege of the very few.
Still no sign of your winged friend. Sure it understood what you wanted?
Dead certain. Let's wait a bit longer. It'll return soon, don't doubt that for a moment.
That was amazing. This is why this DLC is fire. I'm glad y'all picked this one.
Ever vigilant, even in his sleep. Quite vampire-like, in fact. Are you absolutely certain they don't administer a few of our genes during the trial of the grasses?
Oh, 100%. The levels of disrespect that Geralt gets when he runs through town is impeccable. If I get a break in this in the sequence, I may be able to take you back to one of the other worlds so you can see every time you walk through town, you cat-eyed freak, you bugger this, you suck, you out. Like, it, everywhere he goes, he's treated like trash. Unless he's in an area like Skellig where they actually are happy with the things that he's done, but that's because of the smaller villages there, and the people of Skellig are 100% different type of people than what you get when you go to Velen and Novigrad and Oxenford. But no, 100%, it's really crazy. Like, what are you gonna do if a Kikimora or a Drowner or a Fiend comes to your door? You're calling me. So hate me if you want to, but you still gonna have to run me that check. Mm-hmm.
Appreciate the compliment. Got something for me?
You were right. No kobolds or mamoons for miles around.
Knew it.
Allow me to finish. You see, there's this spotted white. It haunts an abandoned residence in the Caraberta woods.
Impossible. My brethren hunted down every last spotted white before I was born.
Then it seems you must revise your knowledge of spotted whites. For somehow this one managed to survive your brethren's onslaught. It seems I know this home it haunts. Recall a tale about it. Locals believe the place cursed. Perhaps that's how the whites survived, entirely unmolested.
Whites rarely appear in the woods, even less likely to find them in abandoned human homes. They inhabit remote wildernesses, old abandoned cemeteries.
What's your point?
This might not be a spotted white after all. Your little helper might have made a mistake.
I sincerely doubt it. Ravens are devilishly intelligent creatures, and they've highly developed observational skills.
What exactly did they observe?
The area around the estate, it's covered in spoons.
Spoons?
Spare me the skeptical smile. I'm but the bearer of this news. Or perhaps this spotted white is a hoarder, or the spoons are somehow related to the curse.
Know anything else about this curse?
I don't recall much in particular. Really don't attach much importance to such things. It was mentioned to me as an anecdote, no more.
Come on, search your memory. Something, anything could be important.
I believe it had a relation to hunger, or, perhaps greed, rapacity. Someone was punished for something...
Textbook definition of a curse, pretty much.
Sorry, Geralt, I try not to clutter my mind with the details of every far-fetched tale I happen to hear. What are your thoughts?
A specimen of a species thought long extinct, and a curse in one place. That a coincidence, or are they related?
Ah, professional curiosity. Personally, I've nothing against you delving into this dilemma, but please remember we need the white's saliva. Nothing beyond that.
All right, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm terrified.
Let's do this. Start making your decoction while I go get some saliva from that white. Uses it in its brews.
If you imagine the white, we'll simply sell you some.
Worst case scenario, I'll bring you its salivary glands. They ought to do as well.
For a moment there, I imagined you asking the white to spit into a vial. Quite amusing as a thought, but the salivary glands will do fine indeed.
So, see you later.
Yes, till later. I shall start by perusing some tomes.
Tomes? Thought you were gonna make this decoction.
We require one last ingredient. Alas, obtaining it could prove a trifle toilsome. Thus, I hope to identify a suitable alternative.
All right. Good luck.
And to you, my friend.
Oh boy. All right. So we are definitely going to do the optional and go read more about whites. Let's do. That's what you are. An Archaeospore? You suck. Not enjoy you at all. And I'm clearing all these out because it just helps me like to feel like it's all gone. Necrophages. Oh, yeah, no, all y'all. Facts. The relationship and the conversation dynamics between those two is absolutely unparalleled. Vampires. Yep. Now, where is this white? And what are you? Okay, I know they're in alphabetical order. I don't think it's a necrophage. Oh, here we go. All right. In my best studious voice, here we go. The best defense against spotted whites? Stay calm and leave them alone. Fragment of a treatise on spotted whites by Roderick Gilligan. Spotted whites were a subspecies of white which the witches drove to extinction. They were larger than their unspotted kin and owed their names to their numerous blotches and effusions. Spotted whites would most often dwell in derelict cemeteries and empty wildernesses, yet at times took to living in abandoned human domiciles. There they would indulge in their greatest passion, creating brews from their own emissions. When not disturbed, spotted whites would not act aggressively. If threatened, however, they became very dangerous indeed. In the colder months or when faced with an unseasonable chill, they would slip into a state of lethargy, making them easy targets. Even during their active periods, it is said that witches found a surefire way of besting them based around careful casting of the Yrden sign, or at least so claims witcher lore. So, basically, you're supposed to leave them alone, but if you don't, they're gonna get you. Fine. So we'll see what happens. But we know it's fire, Yrden, and oils. Now, I know that the 1 hour time limit usually keeps us from being able to progress very quickly through the story. So what I'm going to do is, starting next month, I'm going to attempt to add another 30 minutes either on top of the hour or at the end of the hour, and we'll see how we get from there. Let's see. Let's get Roach. Hey, girl! Hey, how are you? Alright, here we go. We're gonna slow trot. Oh, man. The conversations between friends is always so good. This is really what excites me about going back and reading the entire Witcher series first. Well, not first. Soon. Hello, Knight. They do treat him better in Toussaint right now. I haven't really heard too many insults going his way. But as always, I do appreciate you joining me. Alright, here we go. Side quests.
The dressings, bandages, where did I put them?
Forget it. Bandages won't do him any good.
What? Oh, but he breathed still a moment ago.
Mm-hmm. Breathed his last then. Bled to death. Legs broken. Femoral arteries ruptured. Wound like that, you're dead in minutes.
Gods.
What happened here exactly?
I was rolling through, fully loaded, when I heard screams. This one crawled towards the road, then drooped to the ground, lost consciousness. I jumped down to help him, dress his wounds. Then you appeared.
Pretty admirable stopping to help a stranger.
Truthfully, when I saw him, I considered it might be an ambush. The thought entered my mind, I near decided to crack the whip. But to abandon a man in need? It's simply not the decent thing to do.
Decent enough in many other places, believe me. Before you go on, clean your hands thoroughly and burn your shirt. Might also want to rub some thyme on your body to be sure. Smell of blood might attract ghouls otherwise.
Who might you be, precisely?
A witcher.
Oh. Do you expect some beast might have killed him?
See what we have here. Legs broken, but cause of death's the wound. Small but deep, edges unfrayed. Either a thrust weapon or a thick claw. Maybe a wyvern's. Tough to say, and... breastplate's unusual. Dented. It's got a patina.
An antiquity, I believe. I deal in these things, so... what's puzzling is... why did he don it?
Not likely to learn that from him. Now to figure out where he came from. From that house, I'm assuming, but need to investigate. Got some work to do. So long.
Wait, I will come with you.
So be it. But stay close, keep it down, and don't touch a thing.
Yeah, 100% you sus. That's why I'm keeping you.
Trail leads to the house on the hill.
Which stands silent as a grave.
Yeah, no, we gonna keep you around just in case you sus creature. Let's see what we got over here.
Must have been here he broke his legs. Fell while climbing over the wall. Trying to leave the property probably, after he didn't manage to open the gate.
It could be one of two things. CD Projekt Red be real slick. Sometimes it could all just be a very innocent situation, right? But in my opinion, the entire morality of the story, or one of the constant themes, is operating in the gray, right? That's why Yennefer's hair is black, Geralt's hair is white, and Ciri's hair is ashen, right? So like to show you the balance between life. Geralt being a witcher, he's been stripped of his emotions, and his responsibility is to be neutral in all situations. So he's not supposed to take sides. So what that does for me as a player is I'm always thinking, okay, this could be an innocent guy who jumped off of his horse to help somebody. We're in Toussaint. Toussaint is a very beautiful, helpful, loving, wonderful land that flows with happiness and wine, right? Or is the environment influencing how people actually act, which is kind of like a mask? The area looks all nice and peachy, but the people might be crazy. So it's just an opportunity. I just keep my eyes open for everybody. You never know. They could have tried to break into the house and killed everybody, and that could be his homie who was trying to escape, and then he might be wanted all the riches for himself. We don't know. We gonna find out. That's what sus means, girl. That's what sus means.
Gates locked from the inside. Clearly been jostled, though. Something tried to get out.
The very thought sends a cold wind down my back.
Mm-hmm.
Burned alive. Really high-temperatured work here.
Lebioda, thou art my defender and protector. Thou bringest good news.
Damn it.
Good gods!
I will take the apples, though.
What the hell's this? Setting for a banquet?
It seems so. What's your suspicion? Did none survive? Gods.
Servant, stabbed to death. Over a dozen blows with a sharp object. Some post-mortem.
I cannot believe this is the work of a man. It was a monster, to be sure.
Silver tableware. Elven engravings. Torso punctured with great force. Blow pierced hardened steel. Man on the high road. Breastplate was identical.
Mm-hmm. See? Sus.
Throats massacred. One mighty blow. Shield along sides old and dented. Swords ceremonial. And Shay handiwork clearly.
For the record, the constant mentioning of the elven engravings and the end sheher, which I totally mispronounced just now, and I apologize, but that's elven language. In this lore, the elves are treated badly, and there are a lot of racist people towards them. Just FYI.
Ceremonial bowls for little sacrifices.
Of what? Please, do not say humans.
Ceremonial bowls.
Okay.
For little sacrifices.
Of what? Please, do not say humans.
Okay. Dang it, it always happens. Geralt, you need more pockets. Okay, we don't need that. You said to keep them, so I'm gonna keep them. They are regular human-sized elves, but they have pointy ears. You literally just bump up the whole thing to like an insane amount. Nope, we're not dropping Moonblade. Okay, one more. If you couldn't tell, my inventory management with my armor needs some help. What else can we drop? Okay. Alright, something else is here. We gotta find it. Ha ha ha!
Burn marks. Something catch fire. Explode. Strong stench.
Following the stench.
Multiple wounds on the body. All puncture wounds, but hard to tell what caused them. Victim's human, but the attire's elven.
Are you certain? How did he come by it? We've so few non-humans in Tucson.
I know, that's what's sus.
Fled, then dropped to the ground to douse the flames. Didn't manage. Burnt smells growing fainter. Might have been another luckier soul managed to flee. Doublet scorched. Wriggled out of it, tossed it, then ran on.
Alright, here we go.
Perhaps there's no one inside after...
I know you're in there. Breathing's loud and clear. Open up. We mean you no harm.
Are human sized too, but I was thinking of... Oh, okay, sorry.
They remain there?
Listen, I'm a witcher. I'm here to help you. But if that's gonna happen, you gotta answer some questions first. You mentioned them. Who do you mean?
Those, I don't know what they were. Spirits. It all occurred of a sudden. We were staging a scene. The event of paying homage. There was a flash of light that blinded me completely. I heard cries, though saw nothing. then felt my own robes were in flames. I broke and ran, threw off my doublet, leapt in here and shut and locked the door behind me. They pounded on the door. I thought they would get through. I thought I was done for, but in the end, it grew calm.
Who are you exactly?
Durant Faucher Plamondon de Sephiran, Lord of these lands, and Chairman of the Society of Friends of the History of Toussaint. We meet here annually to mark the anniversary of the Elfin Homage, but something like this, why, it's a first.
So while reenacting a scene from the past, somehow, unintentionally, you summoned a specter, a Korgorath, or a tube, maybe.
What? What now?
Best
Audience.
thing? You gotta do it again, of course.
Are you mad? Would you have this thing kill us?
No, don't want it to kill anyone. Precisely why I gotta do my job. Summon it again, whatever it is, and tend to it once and for all. Durand, think I can reenact the pledge, the giving of homage, alone?
It was a great, momentous event. The surrender of Toussaint's last elfin king. You will need at least 3 individuals.
Well, I'm glad you stuck around then.
You know what I'm gonna ask for. Need your help. But I'll understand if you turn me down. No objections? Good. Let's get to work. Start by clearing the corpses. Got some time. Won't start the reenactment before nightfall. Things of this sort are a lot more likely to work after dusk. One last thing, though. My pay. Don't work for free, you know.
Understood. Just keep the danger at bay, and I shall be generous. Through and through.
Alright. This will be the last one that we do before we sign off for the night. I know we're already a little bit over. I was not expecting the side quest to go the way it went, but this is a super side quest.
I will stand, or rather, sit in for King Ludovic upon the elfin throne, while you, Witcher, will play the Enche ruler. We must don the costumes. All must be just right.
Divethaf, the Elven King, hosted Ludovic in his own palace upon his own throne, amidst the blinding glow of a plethora of torches.
Okay. Alright, hold on. Is it doing something for you, Ruby?
Divethaf laid at Ludovic's feet a loaf of binnen and elfin bread, thus granting humans rule over seed-yielding lands.
Okay, I'm waiting for the next piece of instructions. Take a loaf of elfin bread. She said, I love a man in a mask. Alright now. Okay. Elfin bread. And then we put it here.
Divethaf filled the ornate ceremonial bowls with elfin wine. Gwynnoeth, the sweetest blood of the land that had been torn from him.
Okay.
Long last, the Elfin King grasped his sword and shield, thus symbolically passing command of his armies to humans.
Okay, draw the elven sword and shield. And then right?
The Elfin King, erect in his pride, drew his blade and dropped to his knees, thus acknowledging his final defeat. Ludovic then spake.
I accept your allegiance and shall return in 1 year's time to...
Okay, here we go.
Ah! Look! Look! The statues!
Impossible! God's mother!
Oh, hell! What did I say? What the hell? Oh, you gotta be kidding. You gotta be effing kidding. Okay, fine, Geralt. Don't tell me to shut up. I'm freaking out right now. Alright, here's what we gonna do. We finna, yep. Shiitake! Alright, in my opinion, the sorceresses have to go first. Because y'all gonna do the most damage. Jesus, I'm just trying to protect myself. This is wild, 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 wild. Get out of there, 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 get out of there. Roll, roll, dodge, roll, 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 dodge, roll. I don't even know if this is gonna work on humans. Y'all don't even look like humans. Come on, Geralt. Ah, where is that blade? Ugh. The sorceresses are the worst. They are the worst. They are the absolute worst. And now you're teleporting in fire, because that's exactly what's fair in a fight. Just, damn it! This is so wild. That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair.
Pathetic.
Geralt, don't talk trash. We may die. Are we still in Keen? Okay, we are. Oh, man. What is happening?
Became alive. By what witchcraft?
Dunno. Specialize in killing monsters. Reviving them, not so much.
I may know what happened.
Oh, no.
The statues, you see, once stood in the palace of one Defethov. I acquired them a month past because perhaps I should start at the beginning.
Oh, no. What did you do?
This Defethov was to pay tribute to humans, producing statues of this sort each year. Yet he did so but once, for he perished in the massacre of non-humans at the foot of Mount Gorgon in the year 782. It's fortunate he did too, as Defethov had planned Ludovic's downfall.
Uh-oh.
For he sculpted not statues, but columns that masqueraded as such. Columns activated with words said in homage. Columns that would have turned the king and his bodyguards into so much colorful confetti.
Typical. Treachery embodied. Elves. Psheh.
Watch your mouth.
You're no better. Elves were just defending their territory. You humans took it, but you still weren't sated. Had to cut the elves down, every last one.
You? What does that mean? You're a man as we are.
Yeah, in a way. Just ashamed to have to admit it sometimes.
Your words, they're wrong, Witcher. But I'll not let you leave empty-handed. Take this as your reward.
Farewell.
Shame on you. You better be glad I can't take your bread. Alright. He's walking really slowly because his inventory is out of the question. And I can always come back and pick that stuff up later on. But I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. I think that's a pretty decent place to leave it at. Gaston, I apologize for suspecting you. However, be nice when you're talking about other races. Because the humans and the elves, about the same, in my opinion. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And unfortunately, I do believe it to be true to our nature. We don't handle people of differences quite well, which is why I love fantasy, because it is the perfect parallel to what actually happens in our real world. So I'm going to go ahead and get Geralt healed up, fix his inventory, and live my best life. Thank you so much for being here watching the stream. I really do appreciate it. Per usual, make sure that you keep following me on socials. Excuse me. And now I got to go hang out with my family and tell my man how I did on the game. But thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And peace out. Bye.